And welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Toronto Maple Leafs at the Boston Bruins in Game 2 of the Round 1 of the first round of the Stanley Cup Playoffs 2024. Bruins lead 1-0. Leafs trying to split the series without William Nylander. Yeah, so that tells you how good this will probably go. With that being said, it's that time of year again. We're watching hockey on this channel. A Leafs playoff run that probably won't last much longer than 2 weeks. But while we're at it, let's have some fun. Hopefully it's better than Game 1, which we did watch a bit of, during the Toronto vs. Revs stream. But right now, we got the Leafs playing the Bruins. All eyes on Boston for Toronto versus Boston. All right. There we go. How we doing, Falcon? How we doing? Starting lines. I'm going to guess Matthews line starts. Toronto versus the Refs. Yeah. Looks like they're going to start Linus Ullmark tonight, the Bruins. Swayman will not start. Looks like it's going to be Swayman or Ullmark over Swayman. Sling Blue will be streaming the Euros. I got the Fox Sports app, so I'll be doing just fine. With that being said, Jake DeBrusk with 3 points this series in Game 1. Of course, it was the first game. He got 3 points. Stanley Cup once again. Leafs, big 2. Matthews, 5 shot, 0 points. Marner, 2 shot, 0 points. Of course, Nylander has nothing because he didn't play, and he ain't playing tonight either. How we doing? About to watch some hockey. Leafs versus Bruins. Can the Leafs split the series in Game 2? Avalanche sucked yesterday. It was 7-6. It was an enjoyable game. Winnipeg ain't a team you want to play with, let me tell you. They're pretty good. I didn't say you were worse. I just said they're pretty good. Defensively, yeah, you did suck, though. But I was just watching the game because I wanted to watch the game. But with that being said, looks like Samsonov will get the start for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't know if that's a good idea after the first game. I'd probably rather put Joseph Woll in there, but you know what? So be it. So be it. Samsonov over Woll. It really doesn't matter. Swayman and Ullmark are freaking amazing. It really doesn't matter. Swayman and Ullmark are still better than Samsonov and Woll. This ain't like freaking Vasilevsky last year where he was a pumpkin. Honestly, Swayman and Ullmark are better than Bobrovsky last year, too, but we're talking about first-round series. Marchand with 2 assists, DeBrusk with 2 goals, Hampus Lindholm with a +3/+-. The Leafs have 1 point from Ryan Reeves, 1 goal from David Kampf, 1 assist from Ryan Reeves, and a 1+- for Jake McCabe. Again, no Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, John Tavares, or William Nylander to be heard in that sentence. Nylander gets a pass because he's hurt. The rest of them, no. The rest of them, no. France versus Canada, Argentina, Canada. Pray for Canada. Just kidding. France only beat Canada 1 goal. France has not been great recently. Don't tell me that. Now you're going to get my hopes up. Don't do that to me. I want to brood, okay? I want to brood tonight because the Leafs are trash. Don't get my hopes up even for Canada. That's not the vibe we have here. If this game goes bad like the previous one, Woll needs to come in. I agree. He should just start. I don't know. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. It made no sense to me that they went out so early in 21, and it makes no sense to me that they look like they're going to go out early this year. But you know what? Better for Italy, so I don't care. It's good for Italy, so I don't care. And it's good for Canada. Maybe Canada beats France in a friendly. I don't know. It's good for me. Good for me. Salut, ça va? Salut, ça va? No? Okay. That's the only French I know. Well, we... Bon anniversaire. Okay, I know some French. Oh, hello, Rafa. How we doing? We need more from Marner and Matthews. France lost to Greece, Portugal, Switzerland. Not great. And Canada's still not better than any three of those teams. So, we'll find out, though. I'll be live for the France-Canada game against my better judgment. They're playing the anthems here. They're about ready to go. Did NHL.com change their game center? I think they did. Doing good all watch hockey. Well, that's exactly what time it is. The anthems to be sung by Todd Angeli, the Bruins anthem singer. Singing "Oh Canada" first because Toronto's the away team. And Rory, I don't know if you saw CM Punk's story back on Saturday, but he was trolling Leafs fans. I did, though. Because if we all remember, CM Punk's a hockey guy. So Leafs are going to start with John Tavares, Mitch Marner, Matthew Nyes, Simon Benoit, Jake McCabe, Samsonov. Ullmark in goal for Boston, Charlie McAvoy, Grzelcyk, Danton Heinen, Pavel Zacha, David Pasternak to start for Boston. I do too, sadly. If we don't win tonight, we're getting swept. I don't care what you say. We've lost 5 straight games. We've looked like crap for 2.5 weeks. We've came in cold. Yeah, if we lose tonight, we're screwed. We're getting swept. Hell, even if we win, we might lose in 5. But, I don't even know if this game will this series will go to 7. If the Leafs win, yeah, it'll go to 7. They'll still probably lose in 7. If you want the Leafs to win, yeah, it's going 7. That's the best case scenario. Leafs in 7, that's the best case scenario. I don't see this ending any earlier if the Leafs are to win the series. If they're to lose, it could end very much earlier. Very much earlier. Why are we not starting Matthews? That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. John Tavares is a freaking geriatric at this point. Why are we starting him? Not Matthews. All right. I mean, I like Matthew Nyes. He's a great player. I like Mitch Marner, but John Tavares, he hasn't even been that great on the face-off, to be totally honest. Not like he used to be. What are we doing? What are we doing? This team is stupid, I swear. No. They're putting out a new Deadpool movie? Huh. Please don't tell me this backfires. I mean, we got scored on 2 minutes in the first game. Samsonov, you better be better. 23 shots faced, 4 goals allowed in game 1. 3.13 goals allowed average, 890 save percentage in the regular season, 3 shutouts. But again, he had a bad start to the regular season, a bad ending. A good middle once he came back from the Marlies. Linus Ullmark, 0.915 save percentage, 2.57 goals allowed average. Playoff career 3-5, 3.54 goals allowed average, 8.88 save percentage. But I think that's when he was crocked against Florida. So, and they didn't. I think, it was him who was injured. They didn't move off him quick enough to Swayman. Yeah, it was either or. And we're off. Boston wearing their black, their 100th anniversary uniforms, which are pretty cool. I will admit, I like them. Bertuzzi, Matthews, Domi, the first line for the Leafs, but they didn't start. Nyes, Tavares, Marner, second line, which did start. Robertson, Holmberg, Yarncrook, the third line. DeWar, Kampf, Reeves, the fourth line. The defensive pairs, Riley, Lyubushkin, which didn't start the game. Benoit, McCabe starting the game. Edmondson, Liljegren, the third pair. And we went 12-6. Gregor, Timmins, Giordano, Weber, McMahon, Brody, and Nylander are the scratches. For the Bruins, we got Danton Heinen, Pavel Zacha, Pasternak, Brad Marchand, Charlie Cole, Jake DeBrusk, Jacob Lauko, Morgan Geekie, Trent Frederick, John Beecher, Jesper Bovkist, Pat Maroon, Hampus Lindholm, Charlie McAvoy, Matt Grezelchek, Brandon Carlo, Kevin Shattenkirk, Andrew Peak, and Bruins scratches is James Van Riemsdyk and Parker Wotherspoon. JVR's on the Bruins. Oh yeah, he's gonna beat us somehow. I don't know. Somehow JVR is gonna beat us. I don't know what it is, but knowing the Leafs. How we doing, Connor? What's up? On the channel account, doing a few things over here before I switch to the main account. Nice. 1835. Well, that's a little bit of a shock. Playing forward, we got Bertuzzi, former Bruin, by the way. Also, another crazy part is Kevin Shattenkirk and Pat Maroon are playing on the Bruins together. If you remember, they were both former Blues, and I think they both were on the team in 2019. I think they played together on the Blues, yeah. Well, there you go. I think they did, yeah. I know they were former Blues, though. I don't know. Yeah, I think the Leafs, somehow JVR is going to make the Leafs pay and knock them out of the playoffs, isn't he? Yeah, I think we know that's coming. I know Leafs hockey way too well. Way too well. Has Portugal been overhyped? I mean, yeah. They had a pretty weak group qualifying-wise. So Germany needs to win the Euros. They're not, though. 0-0, 0-0, 17 minutes left in the first period. Because they're the Toronto Maple Leafs playing the Boston Bruins in the first round. What did you expect? Again, you do not know Leafs hockey if you're like, oh, how did the Leafs get destroyed by the Bruins? You don't know Leafs hockey. Boy, you don't know Leafs hockey. They've lost all 5 games versus the Bruins this year. In the regular season and the postseason. 5 games in a row. So it really is just Leafs versus Bruins. Screw the playoff part. It's just Leafs versus Bruins. I hate when the Leafs play the Bruins. Shot. And honestly, for us to win the Stanley Cup, we're going to have to go past the Bruins. Like, there's no way we win the Cup without going past the Bruins. That's why last year was too good to be true. We slayed the first round dragon, but we didn't slay the Boston dragon. And we should have wanted Boston over Florida. We thought Florida was easier. Guess what? Yeah, we lost. Is the Pope Catholic? Yeah. Is the Pope Catholic? Yes, they did. Yes, they did, because they just want to torture me and all Leafs fans. Both sides of the coin, to be honest. Leafs have 2 shots on goal. Boston has 1 shot on goal. 16:24 left in the first period. William Nylander out both games of this series. It's undisclosed. Played all 82 regular season games, and then something flared up on the Thursday before the playoffs because our luck. 98 points in the regular season for Nylander. Still hasn't played a playoff game. Shot! Blocked away. Coyle picks it up for the Bruins. Bruins gaining the zone. Dumps it in. DeBrusk taps it over. No icing. Carlo with a shot right to the chest of Samsonov. But he makes the stop. Brandon Carlo. Steve was pissed when he heard that on SDPN. Leafs haven't scored more than 2 goals in 8 previous playoff games. Yeah, I'm not getting the book. Because that would be 5, 6. This is 7, but this has just started. So, yeah, we only won, 2-1 in game 6? Yeah, that's not great. Yeah, we did start cooling down, at the end of that Lightning series, to be totally honest. I think so. Seth Rollins is a bigger Bears fan, but I'm sure CM Punk's a Bears fan because he's from Chicago. He's also a Cubs fan. But Punk's more of, like, his favorite sport is hockey. And he also loves trolling Leafs fans, but doesn't everybody who isn't a Leafs fan? Who are we kidding? Hell, we troll ourselves. Who are we kidding? I don't know why we get so mad about being trolled as Leafs fans, because let's be honest, we troll ourselves. We root for the freaking most absolutely crap team in the universe, who's the most cursed team in the universe, and we think we're not trolling ourselves. It's funny. It really is. And Marner was nowhere near there to take the shot. Oh, my God. Tougher my ass. Snot my ass. This is not... Hey, we have 4 shots to 2, though. Didn't we outshoot the Bruins for a while in Game 1 and still lose? That's a rhetorical question, because I know we did. Shot saved by Ullmark. Around the half wall. Oh, Lord. Right back to Boakfist. Riley, what the hell are you doing? Dude, just get it out. Why do we do this to ourselves? And puts it into the zone, dumps it in, nobody there. Pat Maroon, 3-time Stanley Cup champion, 1 with the Blues, 2 with the Lightning, but he's been on 7 teams in 13 seasons. What a journeyman, but I hope I don't hate Pat Maroon by the end of this series. I somehow didn't hate him after the Lightning series, so you know what? Because he was a 2019 Stanley Cup champion with the St. Louis Blues. Pretty lovable part of that Blues team, too. I didn't see it because I don't watch that pissant company AEW. Well, that's where they're from, in South America, so. Yes, which is why I'm doing the Toronto match. I should be able to watch most of the Champs Cup match while I'm at it, though, if I wanted. If I can. I probably will do that, though. You'll probably at least get half of my thoughts for about a half of that Columbus game. Of course, no review, but non-advertised double, or 1.5. But we're focusing on Simcoe Toronto. We got 13:41 left in the first period. 0-0, 5 shots to 2. On the ice right now, we got Samsonov, Benoit, McCabe, Jake McCabe, Matthews, Domi, Bertuzzi, Carlo, Lindholm, Marchand, DeBrusque, Cole for Boston. I've seen Osprey wrestle before in New Japan. I told you I don't watch that pissant company AEW. It's not worth my time. It's a pissant company. But I did watch him in AEW. Ivacic is going to New England, by the way. I mean, he's better than Earl Edwards, but I mean, Ivacic has a problem sitting on the bench. Hit that like button, y'all. Let's get this one going. He has a problem sitting on the bench. Unless he thinks he's better than Heinrich Ravas, but it doesn't matter. We ain't seeing him until freaking the playoffs, possibly. Who knows? Maybe not even the playoffs. Who knows? Maybe Leagues Cup. Let's go hockey ball. Trying to do as many hockey games as I can. Who knows? With the way the Leafs are playing, this might be the only one. You know, it's funny. My dad actually has a picture with the Stanley Cup. Stood with the Stanley Cup, took a picture with it after the Blues won the Cup. I just find that a bit funny. Or I found that cool, I should say. But I will say, two reasons I don't have a picture with it. One, it was at his work. Second of all, I'm not taking a picture with the Stanley Cup until the Leafs win it. Like, it was cool the Blues won it once, but it ain't the same for me. Who am I kidding? The Leafs will never win it, though, in my lifetime. Who am I kidding? They won't. Columbus has been silent in this window, but they sold Quintone to RSL for $200K in GAM, so we fleeced RSL there. 13-10, 0-0, and it's getting pretty rough, but the Leafs haven't been scored on yet and haven't got called for a foul yet, or a penalty. So that's the good news. Well, I mean, the Gold Cup's going on and the Club World Cup's going on at the same time. So we'll see what happens. I'll try. I can't promise anything, though. I need to see how the calendar looks. But then again, Gold Cup is more evening. AFCON's more afternoon, morning. So I probably could do it if I wanted to. Since it's in the summer, I probably could if I wanted. Just be like 4 streams a day. 3 or 4 streams a day. So, we'll see. We'll see. I won't say no, but I'm not saying yes. 12-13, that is an icing. Leafs are going to go all the way back to the defensive zone. It's still the Gold Cup, though. Bruins leading versus Maple Leafs, including the playoffs, 209.08 minutes leading, 108 minutes and 31 seconds drawing, 0 minutes losing. We have not been beating Boston at all this year. Not even a second have the Leafs had a lead over Boston this year in 5 games, 5+ games, just so you know. Jesus Christ, that's sad. Rings around the boards. The Stanley Cup Final is going to be on ABC. Please tell me that's on ESPN Plus as well. I don't want to put it on the freaking cable box, if we still have cable. But then, ABC 30 freaking Stanley Cup Final. That'd be freaking trash. The only way I could watch the NBA Finals in 2019 was on TV. That's the problem. Still on ABC 30, though, which is probably one of the worst local channels ever in the history of ever. Plays forward. As many as I can. I don't even know the full schedule, but as many as I can. Shot. Digs it out. And there's a scrap at the net. Kampf is down. Robertson, Reeves getting in it. Scrap at the net. Let's see what that leads to. Kampf. Puck's in his skate. Covered by Ullmark. And there's a scrap at the crease. Kampf goes down. 11:01 left in the first period. 10 minutes down, almost about 10 minutes down, 50 to go. I mean, hey, at least the Leafs ain't losing. This is better than game 1. Shot. Wide. Liljegren picks it up. Rings around the boards. Kept by the Leafs. Bertuzzi can gain the zone. He does. Bertuzzi gains the zone. Still Bertuzzi. Shot. Rings around. Leafs can pick it up. Still rings around the boards. Domi. No. Boston can pick up. 2-on-2. Good defensive play by Edmondson, covered by Samsonov. 10:24. I don't think it will. Still 0-0. Still a 0-0 game. That's the good news. Leafs are still out shooting the Bruins. That's also the good news. Also some good news. The Leafs aren't losing 2 minutes in like they were game 1. That's the good news. No, at least not focusing on it for match 1, for leg 1. I'll be live for Simcoe versus Toronto, and half of the Monterey-Columbus first leg will be on at the same time, and I'll probably be watching it. But it's a unadvertised half, 1.5 at best. Saved by Samsonov. Toronto matters more. More like a unadvertised 1.5. It's not being labeled as a double. I can tell you that much. Once Toronto's over, it's over too. So it's more like an unadvertised 1.5. 10:09. But that just shows you my whole, especially if the Leafs are down 2-0, that shows you my whole thought process. TFC, CCL, Leafs. Well, we got to make it first. I don't want to sound like a jackass. I'm not talking about that till we make it. I've learned my lesson. Saved. Saved by Samsonov. That'll be another face-off, 10:08. And there's a lot of scraps so far. And some jawing. Oh, no. And the Leafs are on the penalty kill now. Jake McCabe is in the box. And here comes 2 minutes, cross-check. 2 minutes for a cross-check. Leafs are on the penalty kill. Jake McCabe, you idiot. What are you doing? That was a dumbass cross-check. What are you doing? Ah, hell. Well, we haven't even played the first game of the Canadian Championship yet. Boston's on the power play for 2 minutes. They absolutely savaged us on the power play last game. On the ice, Geeky, DeBrusk, Coyle, Marchand, McAvoy. Can the Leafs hold on for 2 minutes? Kampf, Edmondson, Marner, Samsonov, and Liljegren are on the ice for the penalty kill. 2 for 5 in game 1 for the power play for the Bruins. 5 for 15 this season against Toronto overall, which is a very, very good percentage. McAvoy, 147 left in the power play. Marchand to DeBrusk. DeBrusk, back to Marchand. Marchand to DeBrusk. DeBrusk in the slot. DeBrusk, Marchand short. Geeky shot, score! Morgan Geeky. Short side scores, 1-0 Bruins. And another power play goal for the Boston Bruins in game 2. Morgan Geeky. Oh, Lord. Figured that was going to happen. Power play goal for Morgan Geeky. Marchand DeBrusk assists. And that is 10:18 into the period. And there's a goal. Leafs get one back already. Max Domi. Maximum Domi. Let's go. 1-1. Tie game. Toronto. Matthews with his first point with the assist. Max Domi scores. It's 1-1. Right off the bat, off the face-off, the Toronto Maple Leafs get it back. Tie the game. Bertuzzi digs it out to Matthews, and Domi with a tap-in. Matthews puts it on. Domi with a tap-in. He beats Olmark. You have to get those greasy ones. And there you go. Maximum Domi. 7th career playoff goal. First goal of the series. There you go. 8:52 left. Shot! Save! 10:32 the time on the Domi goal. There we go. No. Not cover it, at least. I'll probably watch it. Who knows? I'll probably still be awake. With that being said, Max Domi ties it up. The Leafs are back tied. They still have not led for a second against Boston, though. But I bet Jake McCabe's feeling much better after that goal to tie the game back up. Because he gave away a stupid cross-check. Power play, instant goal, pretty much. And then the Leafs finally get one back. I mean, you better hope a change of scenery works, but it won't. Dewar plays it on. Oh! Slammed into the boards. Tavares gets it back. 9 shots, 7. Leafs are out shooting the Bruins. Tied game. Tavares loses the puck to Raleigh. It's the Intercontinental Cup in December, yes. So it's basically like the Small Club World Cup with the current Continental champions. Oh, and the Leafs are on the power play. Beecher in the box. Leafs on the power play. Hooking. 2 minutes. Leafs on the power play. Bruins got caught on a hooking with 7:31 left in the period. A hooking. Or not. Beecher's in the box, but it looks like that's a 2 minute power play, right? Oh, they emptied the net. Oh. It'll be a 5-on-4 by the time they're back. NHL.com's just losing their minds. Yep, it will be a power play. Let's get number 2, baby. Let's go. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Super chats are on. Hit that subscribe button as well. Leafs looking for the leader. Their first leading goal against the Bruins all season long. Can they get it on this 2-minute power play? On the ice will be Tyler Bertuzzi, Austin Matthews, John Tavares, Mitch Marner, Morgan Raleigh. For the Bruins to kill off the penalty, Coyle, Carlo, Lindholm, Marchand. Okay. Leafs can lead. Leafs can take the lead with this power play. The first ever lead. If they score, they will at least have a lead for a second against the Boston Bruins for the first time this season. Bruins Leafs playoff history, 17th playoff meeting, 6 series wins for the Bruins. Last 3 decided in 7 games. The Bruins haven't trailed versus the Maple Leafs this season, but that can change if the Leafs score on this power play, because God knows they probably won't score again on equal strength. But 2-minute power play for the Toronto Maple Leafs. In the box is Beecher. John Beecher in the box for 2 minutes for hooking. Leafs win the draw. Raleigh plays it on to Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi did not see that one coming at all. Bertuzzi still on. Raleigh keeps it in long enough. Resets. Leafs power play 0 for 3 in game 1, 1 for 14 versus Boston this season, including the playoffs. So the odds are not on our side here on the power play, let me tell you. Riley, at least against the Bruins. Shot! Saved! What a save there by Ullmark. Samsonov picks it up. Leafs are drawing 1-1. They're on the power play right now with 1 minute 15 left in it. They could take the lead if they score, but this will be their second power play goal against the Bruins all year, if so. And they've had, like what, maybe a 10%, 7% chance of scoring. 54 seconds. Short-handed. Good play. Tavares. Picks up Leafs Matthews. 38 seconds. Because he will be. I mean, he was over as a heel. You think he won't be over as a face? Liljegren. They put on the second power play unit. Yarncrook. Domi. Liljegren. Rings around for Nyes. That pass goes nowhere. McCabe versus Frederick. 10 seconds. McCabe. Nyes. What a spin move. Nyes dumps it in. The penalty is killed off by the Bruins. They're back to full strength. Shot. Wide. Domi cannot pick it up. The Leafs do not score on the power play. 2 shots on the power play, nothing. What did we think? It's a good game so far. Yeah, I agree. The Leafs could not score on the power play. They still only scored once on the power play against the Bruins all year. And I really don't want to look through the last 5 games, but it wasn't the last game. So 0 for 4 in this series on the power play. Still 1 for like 16 on the power play against the Bruins all year. In our luck, I bet it was the earliest game that we got that goal. Reeves. Shot! Wide and high. Kampf. 4:40 left in the period. I'll take a draw 1-1 at the intermission, to be totally honest. Kampf. And a save by Ullmark. And it will be a offensive zone faceoff for the Leafs. The good news. 4:30 left in the first period. He was bulking, that's why. Pretty rough game so far. Both teams have 1 power play so far in this game. The Bruins scored on 1. The Leafs. No. Tomorrow, the big day. Yep. America versus Pachuca tomorrow, which we will be live for. Don't tell me we're on the penalty kill again. .430 left in the first period. Please tell me this is just NHL.com being crappy. Four Premier League, 4 La Liga, 4 Bundesliga, 3 Serie A, 1 Liga, format top 16 teams for Super League. What do you think? I don't like it. No, it doesn't look like they put on another penalty. No, it is still 5 versus 5. I was like, wow. ESPN Plus and ESPN. It's on both. And in Canada, Sportsnet. 1-1. 4 minutes left in the first period. Yep, it is 5-on-5. I was worried for a second. Ullmark and Swayman alternated starts the last 28 games for the Bruins. Monday Night Raw is almost on. Don't care. Leafs are playing. Don't care. Leafs are playing. 4:30 offensive zone face-off. Is Carolina the favorite to win it all? One of them, Dallas, Edmonton, even though they'll fail again. I mean, who are we kidding? It's Edmonton. But 4:30 left in the first period. Good play. (1-1), 4:16. That's just the way it's always been. Wild cards face the division champions. I mean, it is sort of screwing over Dallas on the fact that Mark Stone is back. Vegas is not the same team for the last 20 games. But they still got Tomas Hertl save. You know, it's just the way it breaks. If Dallas loses, they're probably going to be pissed off about it. If Vegas loses, they're going to be pissed off about it because they're not a wild card team in a wild card spot. They felt they could do better. Yeah, it sucks, but if it was 1 versus 8, it still would have been Dallas versus Vegas. So even if it wasn't divisional, it still would have been Dallas versus Vegas. So they just would have been screwed anyway. I don't think so. 358. I mean, to me, it seems like hockey is the most popular. Then football, soccer. Hate using the word soccer, but we got to make sure we know the difference. I'd say it's hockey, association, football, baseball, then American football. But hockey and football are the two most. But again, what bubbles do I live in? 324. What do you think of Utah Hockey Club as a name? The Utah Bees. Because, the Beehive State, the Utah Bees. They already have the JS. You can't do that. You can't do the Utah Smiths, even though that would be absolutely funny. I'd have a field day with that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Utah Bees. Utah Bees. If it's to make yourself better, if you're changing yourself for the better, as in doing better for yourself, yes. If you're changing just to please her, no. There's a difference. If you're changing yourself to be better and it helps you be in a relationship, it's not bad to change yourself. If you're changing yourself to please her, you don't do that. That's a bad thing. There's a difference. 248. Fair enough. Yep. They won Serie A, Inter Milan. The Avs are way too good. I mean, the Rapids versus Real Salt Lake's a crap rivalry. I can only imagine. Hell, the Nuggets versus the Jazz isn't really a rivalry either. 226. Toronto has to score first every game to have a chance, or at least tied up quickly. Pretty much back to zeros, but you're right. They have to score next. They have to. Would have been nice to do it on the power play, but they didn't. Because, of course, they didn't. Dumps it in. No icing. 2:04 left in the first period. Kampf. Reeves fighting for it. Connor Dewar. Cross, ice, pass, but Morgan Riley can't pick it up. Edmondson. 105 playoff games since 2019. Most in the NHL for Pat Maroon. He's played more than a season of playoff games. That's got to be crazy. Morgan Riley. And icing. Or is offside? Offside. So they're going to face off at the neutral dot. 141. Okay. 1-1 between both sides. 1:41 left in the first period. Can the Leafs at least take a draw to intermission? I didn't say they would. I just said I hope they do. Good. Goes down. Frederick. Then, of course, we have a 20-minute intermission. We have another 20 minutes of hockey, 20-minute intermission, third period. And if they go to overtime, we have another 20-minute intermission before the overtime. Which, the way this game is going, could easily go there. Robertson shot off the blocker of Ullmark. And it gets to mid-ice, middle ice, neutral zone, and right to a Bruin, but at least the Leafs can pick it back up, but not much further. Get out of the defensive zone. 1 minute to go. They are. No NHL team. I don't think the colleges have a team. I think I've heard, did Virginia Tech have a team? Or don't they have a team? Could have sworn Virginia Tech was in the Frozen Four once. But they don't have an NHL team. Could have sworn. Plays for it. Ooh. 26 shots to 14. Leafs are out shooting the Bruins. That's the good news, but they haven't done anything with it. At least Matthews got an assist. Samsonov plays it short, and luckily didn't do anything stupid with it. Might just have, though. Pickett. Samsonov covers it. That'll be a face-off with 13 seconds, and his helmet comes off. He gets tapped. That's Washington. Well. DC isn't Virginia or Maryland to me. It's DC, but I guess that counts. You're right. I guess it sort of counts. The Washington Capitals. I forgot about the Caps. You were right. I don't think a Washington is Virginia. Oh, Samsonov got hit in the neck with that puck. Oof. Oof, Maron. That's not good. That is not good. Wow. But he's up. He's going to try to play through it. Like, I don't really like the idea of that, but sure, okay. I mean, he's already been shaky, and we're going to let him play through that. All right. I mean, he can play 13 seconds, but okay. All right. I don't like the call, but whatever. His blocker came off, too. Helmet, blocker, they both came off. We're just going to let him play for 13 more seconds. Yeah, we're going to pay for this, aren't we? I mean, Sammy looks okay, but okay. I don't like the call. Boom. I mean, that's at least 60 miles per hour off the shot, if not more. Face off, Leafs trying to at least keep this out of the net for 10 seconds. Shot, and it's a goal. Bruins score right at the end of the period. Seconds left in the first period. Bruins score 2-1. 90-mile-per-hour shot put past Samsonov. What'd I tell you? What I tell you was going to happen. And it's David Pastrnak scoring. Ah, Lord. David Pastrnak with his first goal of the series. Geeky screens Samsonov. And Pastrnak whips one. And Samsonov had it hit his chest, and he lets it go in. Yep, of course. Right before the end of the period, and the first period's over, 2-1 Bruins. 1952. One to two Bruins at the end of the first period. Because they're not smart enough to go and pull Samsonov. He's already been shaky. He gets hit in the neck to where his helmet falls off, and they're like, no, we're going to leave him in for 13 seconds. We won't pay for this. You are idiots. You are a bunch of idiots. Sheldon Keefe, you are an idiot. Pasternak gets his first in the series. Zaka with his first assist in the series. McAvoy with his third point in the series. 2-1 Bruins. I know the Bruins are a good team, but the Leafs are just falling over. They're entering a new low. I saw this coming. I said, as soon as he got hurt, we're keeping him in for 13 seconds and reevaluating at the intermission. You're damn stupid. Take him out now. He sucks anyway. He's been crap all series. Hell, the past 4 games. But he didn't play. Well, he played against the Red Wings, didn't he? His last 4 games, he's been crap. What are you doing? He's been shaky anyway. I mean, Wolff can't do much worse. What do you do? Well, with that being said, we'll take a short break, be back, talk about the first period. The Leafs just can't. Just doesn't go their way. 15 more minutes left in the intermission. We'll be back. Sit tight. I mean, I have a soft spot for the Avalanche, but I won't make you my favorite. But, I mean, I'll probably, if you make it out of the first round, I'll probably go bandwagon you for the rest of the playoffs. Not that I'll cover much, but I'll probably bandwagon you for the rest of the playoffs. They're trying to be my producer, Drew. Troll me with Avalanche. There's always that one friend trolling you with the Avalanche. Well, I guess you and Isaiah both. Nobody's getting that producer Drew joke but me and Rory. For sure, nobody's getting that joke. Nobody is, but I don't care. I do like the Zamboni animation on NHL.com, though. Producer Drew. If you watch Steve Dangle's channel, you might get it. I know Rory does. I don't know I do. I don't know about the rest of you. I think producer Drew is Canadian. How the hell did he become an Avalanche fan? Well, he might be from Quebec and might be old enough to remember the Nordiques. That's probably why. That's probably the one that makes the most sense. I hope that's what it is. Bruins, 10 shots, 8 block shots, 21 hits, 47.4 face-offs, 3 takeaways, 3 giveaways, 1 power play, 100% power play percentage. Because, of course, the Bruins do. You're an Avalanche fan. You know, I can't judge you. You're saving yourself. I mean, who am I kidding? Then again, you know what? Yeah, I don't know why I'm judging. I don't know why I'm freaking jumping to conclusions. Shit. It's like, hey, you know, Mississippi has no pro teams. I could choose what I want. Choose every Toronto team. Guess what? Set myself up for a life of depression and sometimes happiness. Very rarely. And then you got Mississippi State doing the same shit too. Say, I'm not nothing if not consistent. Except for Tom Brady and the Patriots. But I'm nothing if not consistent. I'll be shocked if Toronto wins this series. I'll be shocked if they win this game. I just want one. I know we ain't winning 4. I just want one. We have not beaten the Bruins at all this year. 6 games, 5 losses, 1 in progress. 1 power play goal all year against the Bruins. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how. Seriously, Matthews needs to go Super Saiyan. Here's the bad news. Matthews sucks in the playoffs. I love Austin. I really do. I love Austin Matthews. But I think we have to start having the discussion that the man is a flat track bully. At least. Or at least a regular season merchant, but very likely a flat track bully. I think we need to start having that conversation. Austin Matthews has not performed in the playoffs ever. Except for maybe part of that Lightning series. When like the first 4 games of that Lightning series when everybody was humming last year. Yeah, that's about it. He's had like 1 really good playoff game besides that. I mean, seriously. I think honestly, yeah, I think we can call it. He's a flat track bully. He is a flat track bully. He is the Erling Haaland. He is the Erling Haaland of hockey. He scores goals out the ass when it doesn't matter, but in the big games, he can't do nothing. Yep. There's a reason. There's a reason people like McDavid. Well, no, McDavid honestly has the same problem. Honestly, McDavid has the same problem. But at least Draisaitl's just a more effective Marner. True. I mean, seriously. Seriously, look at Matthews' goals average, goals per game in the regular season, and then compare it to his playoffs goals per game. Hell, points per game. Just compare it. It is fallen off so hard. His goals per game, points per game falls off so hard in the playoffs. And he's played enough playoff games to where there's a good sample. It makes you wonder. I mean, makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. Like, I love Austin. He's a great player, but he's not the same dude in the playoffs, and he hasn't been. He's played enough playoff games that hoping for him to become Austin Matthews in the playoffs is sort of a stupid thing. It's night and day. Avalanche not winning with our goalie problem. Yeah, sure. Y'all don't have a goalie problem like us, but you do have some problems. Why does AEW bring up WWE so much? Because they're a pissant company who's like, I don't know how to put it. They're an attention-hungry pissant company. That's why. That's why. Who sees getting swept worse, the Capitals or the Maple Leafs? Honestly, Toronto. I think overall, that the Capitals could win a game or two in their series. I think Ovechkin will turn back the clock like he has been recently, having like 2 big games. I don't see Austin Matthews having games like that. Austin Matthews might be a goal scorer at the level of Alex Ovechkin and might be on pace to overtake Ovechkin and Gretzky in regular season goals. But here's the difference between Ovechkin. Ovechkin performed in the playoffs, and he's still turning the clock back. It's done. I think the Leafs are done, to be totally honest. So anybody who wants me to do Liga MX's playoffs in full, you should be very happy that the Leafs are shit. Four minutes to the second period. Jets got a goalie. They got scoring throughout their lineup. Top D-man. They got a good shot. Yeah. Winnipeg's got a good team. They got a chance. Like, honestly, I want to see a Canadian team win the Stanley Cup. Hell, I want a Canadian Stanley Cup final because it's possible. Who am I kidding? It's not. But in theory, it still is possible. Like, I'd love to see Leafs versus the Jets. I'd love to see Leafs versus Edmonton. Not that it'll happen, but, just to stick it to Gary Bettman's dumbass, Canada versus Canada final. Have him have a complete massive stroke. Have him have a massive stroke. His Southern teams didn't make the Stanley Cup final. And one of them's moving to Utah. And the finals, Canada versus Canada. Have him have a massive stroke. Can't rig it now, buddy. Honestly, I think the Leafs' best chance to win the Cup is somehow make it and play a Canadian team. You can't rig it. You'd have to just accept who's the better team as the champions. Bettman's a rat. Bettman is a rat. But you know what? It's the Canadians' fault because the Canadians will never stop watching hockey. See, he knows the Canadians will never stop watching hockey, no matter how much he screws them for the Southern teams. So he wants to build it in the South. He knows that if he screws the Canadians, they'll still be watching next year. He knows that the South doesn't start winning, you know. There you go. Bettman's a rat. But again, you were born in the South and you watch hockey, says Gary Bettman. Yeah, who the hell do I root for, Egghead? Yeah, who the hell do I root for, Egghead? Yeah, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Just because I'm a redneck doesn't mean I'm the type of guy you want watching your damn sport. As in, I ain't rooting for the damn Nashville. I ain't rooting for Florida. I ain't rooting for Arizona. Hell, even if you put a team in Biloxi, they'd still be my third favorite team. More likely, I'd go down to Biloxi just see them get their shit rocked by the Leafs. Maybe it's a home and home. Maybe I would wear a Biloxi jersey for game 2 when they play. I don't know. Dallas. See, I guarantee you most Southerners who watch hockey would rather root for a traditional team anyway. You know, that's the funny part. That's the funny part. Like me. I don't want to root for a joke of a team who was set up by a rat. I mean, Carolina's pretty good, but, you know, I feel like it's all AstroTurfed. That's all. I'm going to give them 10 years. 10 years before somebody from Quebec City buys them and moves them to Quebec City. And they also have a arena ready to go. Yeah, me too. Toronto got them where they want them. Yeah, sure they do. You know what they got them where they want them? They have their freaking golf. They have their tee times. That's what they got them where they want them. They got their damn tee times. They got their tee times ready to go. I hope not. And the second period starts. Leafs looking to tie the game up once again. Or I got another one. Meruelo doesn't get his shit together and Quebec City gets a expansion team over Arizona. One of those two things are going to happen in the next 10 years. Because once Bettman said the words, Arizona has the first right of refusal to an expansion team, you know what he did? He opened a bottle that he can't close. So if Arizona doesn't get that first right of refusal or doesn't get the team out of that, then it would be, well, who else wants it, you know? I think Quebec City really pushes for it. So within the next 10 years, Quebec City will have a team. Whether the first right of refusal doesn't go to Arizona and Meruelo or Utah moves to Quebec City. I say within the next 10 years. Because you can't put that genie back into the bottle when you say expansion. You can't do it. But I think he knows that. But why would you trust Meruelo is my point. He already ran one team into the ground. And I guarantee you they will not get that new arena. They seem like they almost did, but they will not get that new arena. I guarantee you that first right of refusal will not pan out for the Coyotes to come back. Honestly, I'd rather watch Croatian hockey than most Southern teams in the NHL. Sorry, Mr. Bettman. I'm not your proper redneck. I'm not your proper redneck, Mr. Bettman. I don't want Southern teams to win in hockey. Hell, the South doesn't really even fit hockey, let alone deserve to win. What about Atlanta, though? Well, if it ain't Quebec City, I'd rather it be Atlanta. You're right. Or Biloxi, just to be funny. But, whatever. Way Bettman handled Arizona is just wrong. It'll go on his resume if he can't get Arizona back to NHL. Mariuelo's a horrible owner, ran the team into the ground. Knowing Bettman will move Utah to Atlanta before Quebec City. Or he'll choose Atlanta for the expansion team if it ain't Arizona before Quebec City. But I wouldn't be too mad about that, I still think Atlanta got screwed. I won't lie. I think Atlanta got screwed. I wouldn't be mad if Atlanta gets one back. Just because I think they got screwed. Shot. Saved by Olmark. McCabe. Plays it on. Nothing there. 17-26. I think Atlanta got screwed. Oh, no. Odd man rush. Odd man rush. Get back. Poke check. Oh, what a poke check. Oh, my God. The Leafs saved themselves. Is that you, Gary Bettman? Is that you? Don't do that. Hockey was born in Canada. It's Canada's sport. Atlanta failed twice. Croatia beat Australia 3-2 in Division II World Hockey Championship in Serbia. Croatia's on their way up, I gotta say. That's exactly what we've been talking about for the past 10 minutes. Shot blocked away. Atlanta Flames, Calgary, Atlanta Thrashers, Winnipeg. True, but $16-19. Oh, Lord. I don't see enough, and that's got to be at least a trip, I swear. Oh, they'll call it. Oh, I'm surprised they didn't. Tavares gains the zone, and he drop passes it to a Bruin. I know you mean London, England, but I want to say London, Ontario. Besides, there needs to be another team in the GTA. The pressure's just too high on the Leafs. I'm trolling. Tavares. Man, I swear to God. The Leafs break their own back. I swear. Liljegren can't get there. Oh, Lord. Why are we just... Man, the Leafs... Oh, Samsonov's still out there. Yay. Freaking smart. Joe Sakic Village is called Sakic in Croatia. It's right next to our village, Babbage. My father knew his dad. Nice. Yes. 14 shots, 10. Small world. Oh, Lord. McCabe. Hamilton Bulldogs in the NHL, but Buffalo and Toronto would be upset. Yeah, I know, but... Yeah, the only time... Oh. Saved by Samsonov. Bruins player into the net. 14-20. That's not how you score a goal. They'll probably count it anyway. It's the Bruins. Dallas versus Vegas tonight, 9:30. LA Kings versus the Oilers tonight at 10. Which one, if I watch one, which one should I watch? Hamilton Bulldogs used to be our affiliates, now the Laval Rocket. Yep. Playing forward. Shot, save. Ooh, blocked. Shot, wide. Leafs are actually starting to get some sustained offense, but is it anything? No. Marner doesn't get there, but he has the puck. There's a hit. Edmondson takes it back, drops it to Liljegren. Liljegren, 13 minutes. Oh, Lord. Pat Maroon picks it up. Odd man rush. Shot, save. And somehow the Leafs don't pay for that. I can't believe it. Mark Kadich played for the Islanders. He was born in Timmins, Ontario. He's currently playing for Croatia in the World Tournament. Oh, my. You never will, though, so you're not south enough for Gary Bettman to rig stuff for you. Well, you could catch lightning in a bottle like the Blues, but I don't think that would happen. Shot. See, this is why I said the Leafs needed Craig Berube. They should have done it halfway through the year. Sheldon Keefe is not good enough of a coach. Craig Berube wants to coach the Leafs. Guess what? He still doesn't have a job. Hopefully in the summer, after we get embarrassed, Craig Berube is our coach. Because Sheldon Keefe is not worth it. He is a horrible, horrible coach. Morgan Riley wheels in. Nothing there. Craig Berube is the type of coach these guys need. He would change the lines. If need be. Matthews, Domi. Our only good line in this playoff so far has been the fourth line. You know what we should do is double shift Matthews with a fourth line. 11:32. $11:29. I agree. The Leaf coach is empty in strategy. Exactly. Like, I'm not saying Babcock was good. He's not. Keefe is just a player's coach. The man does not know what to do. He will not change anything. He will keep with his system until the bitter end. He will not use the blender. Oh, in the regular season he will, not in playoffs, though. Seeing the fourth line's our best line. He doesn't play him more, and he also doesn't throw Matthews on there with him. Leafs should have kept Ryan O'Reilly. I know. I hated to hear it when he left. We still needed him. Domi in the fourth line. The rest of them are plugs. Next Matthews goal will be in October. You're right. He's a flat track bully. You're right. Man, I wish the Leafs weren't chasing this game, but guess what they are? They're chasing the game. Chasing the game. Promotion game will be on Saturday between Croatia and Serbia at the World Hockey Tourney. Imagine the fireworks. Oh, Lord. That might just end up being a civil war. Honestly, if I knew how to watch that game, I would watch it because, damn. Way more passion than the Leafs have ever shown, ever. I guarantee you. From both sides. Somebody needs to show the Leafs that game. They'll still be playing on Saturday, even if they're down 3-0. You know what they should do? Make the Leafs watch that game Clockwork Orange style. Every single one of them. You want to know how to show passion in the playoffs? Watch the Serbs and Croats do it. That's called passion. You should hate the Bruins like the Serbs hate the Croats and the Croats hate the Serbs. It's that simple. It's that damn simple. 11-19 shot. I'm being serious. The Leafs will still be playing on Saturday, even if they're down 3-0. Force them to watch the Croatia-Serbia game Clockwork Orange style. Teach them to show passion, especially Mitch Marner. The dude isn't even skating. You're able to play after a high ankle sprain. You ain't that hurt, buddy. Prima donna. Islanders are winning. I'm not surprised. Mitch Marner is the worst player in both games, or both teams, right now. Mitch Marner is the worst player on both teams right now. $11 million down the drain. The dude ain't even trying. How about you freaking actually sharpen up your skates and put some freaking muscle into it? Oh, but I got a sprained ankle. You're playing right now. You're good enough to play. Stop crying. I can't wait for the PR pieces. Be like, oh, he was so hurt. He shouldn't even have been playing. Well, he shouldn't have been playing. We would have done better. We would have legitimately done better if he wasn't playing. Because y'all at least have heart. The Habs at least have heart. The Leafs don't have nothing. The Bruins are in their heads. Like, seriously, the Leafs treat the Bruins like they're some sort of, oh, we can't do nothing. Like, they need a lobotomy before they play the Bruins. Or Clockwork Orange. I don't know. Either way, 10-15. TFC should sign Mirko Maric and his brother Mateo Maric. Maric is a great goal scorer, like Mateo defensive mid at Lokomotiva. That sounds awesome to me. Yeah, the Habs have heart. That's the problem for the Leafs. The Leafs don't have heart, especially against the Bruins. And look, Mitch Marner just looked like a stupid idiot, throwing his leg up, spinning around like a ballerina, thinking that's going to do anything. How about you play some hockey, you prima donna? Tree Living should have shipped your ass out last July. But no, Mitch Marner's a sweet angel, baby. He's a prima donna. He's a prima donna. His PR is the worst. Oh, and he looks amazing when it doesn't matter. He's also a flat track bully. He looks amazing in the regular season, picks up 100+ points, can't do shit in the playoffs. Lord. Thank God William Nylander, when he's healthy, at least he knows how to play in the playoffs. I'll give it to Willie. Willie at least learned how to play in the playoffs when he's healthy. Willie gets the short end of the stick. Willie gets treated like Marner should. No joke. People hate William Nylander. I remember when William Nylander got all that shit. No joke. People should be treating Marner like they do Nylander, at least did. Some still do. Marner's a joke. He is an absolute joke. He's a plug. He's a punk and a plug. I swear. He is a punk and a plug. I swear. Marner would be Shoresy without the chirps. That's exactly what he is. If you're going to be a punk, at least not to chirp people. Because, yeah, Shoresy's a punk, but at least he knows how to chirp people. And guess what? Marner has a no-move clause going into 2025. Or 24-25. Oh, Toronto's going to the power play. The same power play we've only scored one power play goal on the Bruins on this whole damn season? Yeah, we ain't doing shit. Leafs on the power play for 2 minutes. Let's see if they actually could do something. Leafs on the power play for 2 minutes. Too many men. And it was too many men. How we doing, Henry? It was too many men. We're still out shooting the Bruins. Leafs, you better figure this out. Tie the game up, I swear to God. It's over halfway through the game. Tie the game up. Let's have a tie going into the third period. Just somehow. Surprise me. Surprise me. It's bound to happen. Score on the damn power play. It's bound to happen. How about you ask Domi, Bertuzzi? No. Domi, Robertson, Nyes. Habs are building a great team, skill and toughness. Two tough Balkan guys in Jekai and Kovacevic. Albanians have hard heads like Domis and Jekai. Yep. Chiefs are extending Andy Reid. No surprise there. Which it's funny because we have Domi now. He's probably one of our better. He is our best player this whole series. Max Domi's an amazing player. I have no problem with Max Domi. No problem with Max Domi. Domi looks better than Matthews, and he's on the Matthews line. I'm a fan of Max Domi. And he's not even on the power play. You expect us to win? Tavares plays it round the net. Matthews, no room for a Michigan. Riley, Matthews in the slot. Matthews shot. Save by Olmark. .141 left on the power play. Hit that like button. Let's get us one going. Can we please put Domi on for Marner? I swear to God. And preferably, no Tavares either. Riley. Marner with a slap shot. It would have been nice if he put that away. Been like, hey, talk shit about him. He still scored. And luckily not a shorty, but damn near Marner let that happen. Bertuzzi. Matthews. 1:20 left on the power play. Marner is the last guy back. I have a bad feeling about that. Tavares. Riley. Ooh. Marner. Bertuzzi. Matthews. Still with the Leafs. Yep, 1 minute left on the power play. Matthews. Bertuzzi shot. Behind the net for Marner. 50 seconds. No shot. Cleared down the ice for an icing. That'll be a face-off. Ty Domi played in the National Soccer League in the summer. Yeah, I think I heard about that, actually. 32 seconds. Yarncrook. Nyes. Matthew Nyes. Shot into Yarncrook. Nope. Liljegren. Domi. Nyes. Yarncrook. McCabe. Liljegren. Domi. Domi in the slot. Back to Liljegren. Liljegren with a shot. McCabe. Nyes. Past the post. 3 seconds left on the power play. And the Leafs, the penalty is killed once again. Shot! Yarncrook, and what a save by Ullmark. What a save by Ullmark. Hey, that's an amazing save. Bertuzzi. What a save by Ullmark. I thought he was dead to rights. It's just not going to happen, isn't it? Glove save right on the line. Just an inch higher, and that puck's past the line. 5:53 left in the second period. Know a lot of good Albanian soccer players in Toronto. They played for Livno, won the Provincial Ontario Cup about 14 years ago. That's nice. Ricky Pooge, contract extension, well-deserved. How we doing, Red Bull Insider? Bertuzzi. Damn, man. That would have been 4 goals if Samsonov faced that whole penalty instead. If that was the Leafs penalty kill, that would have been 4 goals. I know you can't score 4 goals unless it's a major penalty, but you get my point. You play out that 2-minute stretch with Samsonov facing those shots against the Bruins, he's allowing 4. I guarantee you. 5:53 left in the second period. Over halfway through the game. Official review. What's the review? Udinese hire Fabio Cannavaro as head coach. Yeah, I love to see it. Are they saying the puck went in while his glove was in the net? What's the review? What are they reviewing? Are they saying the puck went in? Are they saying the puck crossed the line in the glove? I've never seen anything like this. I mean, we're not getting it, but it would be funny if we did. Is that what they're looking at? So they're saying the puck could be in the glove, but it still goes over the line. Is that what they're looking at? We're not getting it, I guarantee you, but I mean, I guess that's what they're saying. I guess the glove, as long as the puck goes over the line, even if it's in the glove, it counts as a goal. No goal. That's what I thought. I don't even know why they reviewed it. I don't even know why they reviewed it. I don't even know why they reviewed it. What was the point of that? They really hate Leafs fans. They do. I guarantee you they wouldn't review that shit if it was whatever. What was the use of that? I swear. Can somebody tell me they review every play that's close? I've never seen a review like that though. Like I've never seen them say, "Hey, the puck crossed the line in the glove." They review every play that's close to a goal. Or is that just Leafs luck that it goes in, it looks like it goes across the line in the glove and they're going to look at it? That was a waste of time. We knew it wasn't a goal. Like, that would be a crazy rule. Be like, hey, as long as it crosses the line, even if it's in the glove, it's a goal. Huh, well, I didn't know that. You'll never see that lightning strike twice. 501. And there's a scrap behind the net, of course. Scrap behind the net, 446. Yeah, people thinking that's a goal. Jesus. 446. Leafs looking for an equalizer at the very least. Shot Bertuzzi, nothing there. Domi, and nothing there. And that's going to be covered by Ullmark. That'll be a face-off in the Bruins offensive zone. Or Bruins defensive zone. Leafs offensive zone. 431. As if that would ever be called a goal. Yeah. 431. Is Tavares playing? Yeah, but he ain't showed up. He ain't doing nothing. Just like Marner. But at least Tavares is old. At least he's getting older. That's the difference. Tavares is getting older. He has an excuse to be slow. Shot. Save. Michigan, no! At least he has a reason to be slow. He's old for a hockey player. Pasternak, shot, good block. Shot. What the hell are you doing? 355, 22 shots, 16. We're out shooting them, but still losing by 1. Man, I hate Leafs hockey. Why do I do this to myself? Like, this is self-harm at this point. Being a Leafs fan is self-harm at this point. I'm surprised all of us aren't institutionalized. Tavares is a lot younger than Ovechkin. The way he plays, though, he was always going to age badly. You just knew it. Ovechkin's always sort of been like the hockey Messi. Let's put it like that. He's a lot heavier. He's a lot taller. But Ovechkin's always been more cerebral. Tavares has always been more of a power forward. You kind of saw this coming. But playing forward is the Leafs. Oh, Yarncrook loses the puck. But hey, at least that was a good idea. .318. Islanders improving. Tavares left. I mean, that is true. .308. I think that means Leafs to the penalty kill, yeah. I think Leafs are going to the penalty kill, yeah. 308. Stanley Cup's Kadri 1, Tavares 0. Oh, Leafs are on the power play again. Could we please, Matt Grzelcyk going into the box. So we're on the power play. Could we at least get one this time? And horrifying. Connor Dewar being our best forward is simultaneously awesome and horrifying. Kadri has a cup. Tavares has 0. We should have kept Kadri. I agree. We let him go. Because the refs wouldn't protect us against Boston, so our players had to protect us. Guess what? They throw the book at Kadri 2 years in a row. And then he does it again for the Avalanche, which that one he deserved. I'm not going to lie. That head-to-head hit, he deserved the suspension for that. But 2 minutes left in the power play, 3 minutes left in the period. There'll be a 1 minute, 8 second time, at least as far as we know, with even strength before the end of the period. If the Leafs score, that would definitely be longer. Shot, goal! Goal! It's tapped in! The Leafs score! It's a tie game! Tie game! Tie game! Tyler Bertuzzi scores on the Boston Bruins! 2-2! I mean, sure. I mean, it works. 2-2. Tyler Bertuzzi it gets tapped in. I think it's a Bertuzzi goal. I'm not too sure, but he slaps it in on the power play, and guess what? He didn't hit nobody with that high stick. It counts. Don't tell me they're going to take it away. Hasn't updated on it's going to be reviewed. It might be a high stick. We can't win for losing. Any puck that's kicked, batted with hand, or high sticked into the goal are automatically reviewed by Toronto. I mean, seriously, what'd you want him to do? What'd you want him to do? I mean, Matthews' stick is that high. Is that a high? They're going to take it away. I don't think that's a high stick. I mean, Matthews' stick gets that high too. What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? What? on. Just let it go. Please tell me we're still on the power play, though. And we're not even going to get that close again. I swear. Please tell me we're still on the power play. Okay, we're still on the power play. We still have a minute, over a minute and a half. Oh, I hate this sport. I hate these refs. That's a tough call. Matthews' stick was that high. I guarantee you if the Bruins did that, that's a goal for them. I guarantee you they'll call that a goal for the Bruins any day of the week and twice on Sunday. But since it's the Leafs, we can't win for losing. And we really love losing. Matthews, Riley. Somebody just bailed one from the point at this point. I have no clue. 1 minute to go. Watch Boston score on a high stick. Exactly. And they'll review and be like, oh, it's a goal. They did the same thing as Toronto did, but it's a goal. Get me the hell out of this freaking Groundhog Day. A goal should be a goal unless it's a foul. I agree. Omar didn't get smashed with that high stick. It was in his face, but Matthews' stick was just as high. Yarncrook, 35 seconds. Bertuzzi, 1:39 left in the period. Matthews, good. Tavares, shot, goal! Goal! You can't take that one away! Johnny T, captain, John Tavares scores! You can't take that one away! Stick it up your ass! Stick it up your ass, Stripes! You can't take that one away! Goal! 2-2! Can't take that one away. John Tavares unassisted. Stick it up your ass, Boston. Short side. There you go, baby. There you go. Holy Mackinac, baby. Let's go, John Tavares. Now, don't allow one right before the end of the period. And that was a PPG at 18:26. Now hold the hell on till intermission, please. Oh, it's a low stick. That's a perfect goal. You can't find nothing wrong with that, buddy. That's exactly how you're supposed to score a goal. As the replay review room in Toronto says, you can't take that one away. Now, can you? You can't take that one away. How about you stick the high stick up your ass, Boston? Since you have such a problem with it. And the Stripes. Stick it up your ass. "25 seconds. Sammy, you better not, buddy. You better not. Not this time. Not this time. You better not. Next goal wins, baby. It probably does. Who am I kidding? Next goal wins probably is the case. They'll find a way. Oh, yeah, you're right. 6 seconds. I guarantee you it's next goal wins. I'm going to tell you that right now. Next goal wins the game. And it's going to go to the intermission 2-2. If it's in the third period, next goal probably wins. If it's overtime, of course, next goal wins. I don't know. It's Leafs playoff hockey. You get Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And they're still going to win because it's Boston. I mean, third time's the charm for the Maple Leafs. My ass. Hey, that's their second power play goal against Boston all year. It finally happened. That's probably what they meant by third time's the charm. And Islanders are whipping the shit out of Carolina. How's Scotty McCreary feeling? I'm not sure. At least it's a tie series. Can't win them all, I guess. because, you know, Scotty McCreery's a Carolina Hurricanes fan because he's from Carolina. 17:43. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the intermission, talk about it. It's 20 minutes to a tie series or 20 minutes to a 2-0 hole or a 2-0 hole. And we're still out shooting them 27-20. Somebody stick them in pads and put them on the third pair. I mean, it happened last year, and I mean, it's going to be Florida again. If we barely beat Boston, we're going to lose to Florida again. So you know what? That's probably the most likely situation. The best case scenario for the Leafs is we beat Boston in 7 and then get curb stomped by Florida. What about Tampa? Well, we probably get curb stomped by them too. If they could beat Florida, they could certainly beat us. But it's probably going to be Florida. Who am I kidding? We're going to get beat by Florida if we beat Boston. It's going to be like last year, except we don't play Tampa. Oh, by the way, Florida's better this time, and they're even more of assholes than Boston. We don't, and trust me, they're way more south than Boston, so the rest will be even more on Florida's side. We already saw this last year, except Florida's actually better this time. So, they have home ice. So, I'm pretty much sure that if we beat Boston, we're losing to Florida. So, hey, if we win, great. That means we play Carolina. I don't like our chances there either. Or the Rangers. I honestly probably like our chances the best against the Rangers, to be honest. But hey, if they could just shock me, that would be great. But with that being said, we'll take a short break, enjoy the intermission, and then move on to the third period. And hopefully next goal wins, and hopefully the Leafs score that next goal. 15 minutes to the start of the third period. I know they're losing. I saw the score. But it'd still be a 1-1 series tie, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Sit tight, be back. Back for the stats or just back for the intermission. Islanders got 2 good goals. They could win them any game. Huh, that sounds familiar. Hey, that sounds familiar. I wonder where I've heard that sentence before in the past week. Huh, that sounds familiar. The Islanders are a good team, though. I mean, they're a really good team. I'm just saying they're good. They're a good team. Very good team. Yeah, we'll do that then. So, plus. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Yeah. Yeah, that should cover me. Yeah, that'd be good. They're a really good team. I mean, no joke. I mean, if I know football and hockey, okay? Those are my sports, okay? Football, I mean, I know all sports, but I really know football and hockey. If you could take my word as gospel when it comes to association football, for you hockey fans that don't know, I'm talking about soccer, but I hate that word because, I want to puke if I say it. You can take my word as gospel when it comes to association football and hockey. But, I mean, Kyle Palmieri, Bo Horvat, Anders Lee, they got to really. Matt Barzal's still there. Palek, tough player. They get a lot of penalties, but they don't care. Pierre Engvall. Oh, yeah, he did go to the Islanders. Oh, right. I forgot about that because I don't want to remember it because he used to be crap for the Leafs, but now he's great for the Islanders. I get it now. Yeah, Pierre Engvall. Yeah, I used to think he was crap, but now he's amazing. Anders Lee, Bo Horvat. Man, they got a good team. I don't know. Go ask whoever freaking, well, he's probably dead now. Go look at Wikipedia. I don't know. They could have, because they didn't want to call it rugby or American rugby. See, they rather, I think it started more kicking-wise. There was a lot more kicking in the beginning, and it was more of a oblong. You know why the Egg Bowl looks the way it does? Because American football was shaped more like a rugby ball at first, which is why it's shaped like an egg. No, the Egg Bowl's not an egg. It's a rugby ball. But that's how football and American football started. But it looks more like an egg because it's more oblong. So they call it the battle for the golden egg, even though it's not really an egg. And eggs have nothing to do with Mississippi. Well, I mean, Mississippi State is an Aggie school, but so I guess you could say the chickens, but whatever. It would make a lot more sense to make a cheese trophy because, have you heard about the cheese store at Starkville? They have a cheese store, in Mississippi State. You know that? Yes, I do. As much as I do Montreal, they're one and the same. But we don't have time. I guess I have time to go over it if I wanted to right now. I got 8 minutes. I got 8 minutes. But it's the same thing, really. They both think they're better. Oxford thinks they're better than the rest of Mississippi. Montreal and Quebec think they're better than the Anglos. They think they're supreme. They think they're better. They think they're on high compared to the rednecks and Anglos. They're both a group of blockheads. I'm surprised there's no Block Oxford out there. I'm surprised they don't have a political party in Oxford, Mississippi called the Block Oxford. I'm surprised. With the way they act. They just don't speak French. That's the only difference. They don't speak French in Oxford, or at least I don't think. Not many people do. But they could, and it would be completely the same. It would be completely obvious then. You can't miss it. You cannot miss it. But, whatever. Panamis is great. Backup for Crepeau. I love our keeper room. Uses a good third option. You still probably don't want to see a third option, though. It's not great. Do you think Florida will have an easier Stanley Cup final if the Rangers and Hurricanes somehow get eliminated in the first round? Yes, they would, of course. Yes, they would, of course. I still think, well, no. I mean, Islanders, if it's the Islanders, no, actually. But, ooh. Now you're making me wonder. I mean, you see, if it's the Islanders, no. I think the Islanders are the perfect team to face the Florida Panthers. The Islanders would legitimately make the Florida Panthers lose their heads because they're so similar. You know, they would hate playing each other, I swear. But I think the Islanders have more scoring talent. And I think they have better goalies. Bobrovsky hasn't been as good as he was in the playoffs back in 2023. So for me personally, I think the Islanders would beat the Florida Panthers if it was the Islanders in the Eastern Conference Final. What's up, brother? Going to be a crazy third period. I just hope it's next goal wins. At this point, I'm saying next goal wins. I don't think there's going to be 2 goals in the third period, 1 each. I mean, it could be 2 for either side, but I think it's going to be 1 goal. If there's a goal in the third period, it's 1 goal. And then if we get to overtime, next goal wins anyway. So at this point, it's whoever scores. At this point, it's whoever scores for me in my book. Carolina scores 3-1. Good for them. Good for them. Hopefully they keep it going. But I need to see better from Marner in this half or this period. I need to see better from Marner in this period because he has not played well at all. He's not even trying. Tavares at least got 1. He can break that duck. That's good because he's been holding his stick a bit too much, a bit too tight throughout this series. I think that helps. Matthews, I need to see something. I need to see some from Matthews. He needs to stop being a flat track bully. Come on, score a goal. Score a goal. It would be great if we had Nylander, hopefully game 3. I'm sure he'll play at some point this series, but if we can get it tied before so. Got to run back to the stream. See you around, man. See you again, Mike. See you soon. See you soon. What's the equivalent of the Leafs from MLS? You know, it ain't TFC. I'm going to say the New England Revolution because, well, if they're in the playoffs, they choke. Even if they make the MLS Cup final, they'll still choke. The Leafs have trophies, but that's really early days. Like, if you look at the original 6 days, that's when the Leafs trophies came. Actually, yeah, I don't think the Leafs have won a Stanley Cup since expansion. Like, it has only been original 6. Yeah, the Blues came into town the year after the Leafs won their last Stanley Cup, and the Blues won one before the Leafs could win another, which I'm not too mad about that. At least it was against the Bruins, and I wanted the Blues to win anyway, but, whatever. At least I got that one. At least I saw one of my teams win the Stanley Cup once. Doesn't hit the same, but, Yeah, we'll go with the Revs. 2 minutes, 2:30 left in the intermission before third period. Oh. There we go. Waiting for this third period to start. I need to see a goal from the Leafs. Next goal wins. Next goal wins. That's exactly where we're standing. Ottawa Senators equal CF Montreal. No, I didn't say that. I never compared the Ottawa Senators to CF Montreal. Now, what I did compare CF Montreal to is Ole Miss. Oxford, Mississippi, and Montreal, Quebec. The teams and the people backing the teams are very similar. Now, that I compared. I just compared like 3 minutes ago. Except they don't speak French in Oxford, Mississippi. But other than that, you're dealing with the same fan base and teams. the way the rivalry goes between the teams, it's very similar. Then the fan bases are similar. That's all I'm going to say. I know what I'm seeing because I've seen it. But CF Montreal, NHL-wise, I think the Habs are Montreal. I mean, yeah, CF Montreal has never won an MLS Cup, but the Habs ain't won since '93 either. But Montreal is a storied franchise. I'll give them the fact that Montreal, even though they haven't won a Stanley Cup, or I should say an MLS Cup, they're a very storied franchise. Do I think they overrate themselves? Yes, but they're a very storied franchise. So, honestly, I think the Habs and CF Montreal are very similar. I just don't hate the Habs for some reason. Because honestly, the Leafs versus Habs isn't really a rivalry to me. I'm not 70 years old. I'm not a boomer. The Leafs versus Habs haven't been a rivalry for it's been a long time where it hasn't really been a real rivalry. Third period about to start here. Seriously, I mean, and the third period starts. To me, it's next goal wins. Next goal wins. Goes behind the net. Toronto's even on the money line. So if you want to put some money on it. 5 goals. Wait, that's 5.5. Yeah, the way this game's going, no. Here we go. But for the past 35 years, Leafs Habs hasn't really been a rivalry. Not in my book, at least. I think you got to be like in your late 50s, at least, to really see it as a rivalry. I'm not. 1935, face-off won by Matthews. And they almost dump it away. What the hell? Okay. 1926. But, honestly, like, I have no problem watching the Habs. You know, if the Habs ended up, as long as they don't beat the Leafs, as long as the Habs won the Stanley Cup, you know, I'd be happy for them. Depending on who they play, I might root for them. I have no problem with the Habs. I don't. I think 2021 would have left a bad taste in my mouth had they actually beaten the Lightning, but just that was different. You know, that was a completely different situation that I didn't really. Oh, Lord. That was a different situation I didn't like. So, shot, save. Oh, double 10-bell save by Samsonov. Cole wheels around. Nobody's there. Oh, Marchand doesn't get his stick to it. That was luck. Carlo at the blue line. Wheels round. 26 seconds in the zone. Shot. Marchand loses the puck. Bertuzzi racing forward. It's going to be an icing. No. Bertuzzi loses the puck. Poke check. Edmondson. Tavares. Ooh. Many Habs fans are TFC supporters, Greater Toronto-wise. Yeah, I think that's why maybe it's a lot more, it's a lot less angry between Toronto and Habs. I never thought of that, but you do have a point. I think maybe, like, there are a good bit of TFC supporters that are Habs fans or Sens fans. But I will admit, I see the Sens way more as a rivalry hockey-wise against the Leafs. Like, the Sens, to me, is the real Canadian rivalry. The Battle of Ontario is the real rivalry to me. Because when I was growing up, When I was a young kid, a really young kid, it was the Battle of Ontario in the playoffs. That's what it was. It wasn't Habs Leafs. It was Ottawa Senators versus the Leafs. It was Spezza as a young boy versus Matt Sundin. Like it was Ottawa, Toronto. To me, I grew up with that being the true rivalry. Ottawa versus Toronto. Ooh. Good pass. It just went under the puck or under the stick. Well, of course, he's from Montreal. Crépeau's from Montreal, or he's from Quebec, so. Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, I mean, to me, to be totally honest, the rivalry really is Ottawa versus Toronto. I have more of a hatred for Buffalo than I do the Habs. I hate Buffalo too. I for some reason I hate Buffalo. It's just I don't hate the Bills and I don't hate the Bisons, but I hate the Sabres. I really shouldn't, but I do. I really shouldn't, but I do. I hate the Sabres more than I do the Habs. For me, I'd say the most hated teams as a Leafs fan for me, Bruins, Panthers, Sabres, Senators, and then the Lightning are fifth. The Lightning, I never really hated the Lightning. Let me put it like that. 2 minutes. Somebody's going to the box. Is it weird to say I don't hate TFC? Well, if you're a Montreal fan, I would say, yeah, it's a 4-on-4. Okay, at least it's not a 5-on-4. Both teams are serving a 2 minute 4-on-4. I mean, if you're a Montreal fan, yeah, it's weird. I don't know how you can't hate TFC. I don't. See, I give Montreal props when I watch them play, and they deserve props, but I still hate them. I just know when to give them props. I'm professional enough to give them props when I watch them play. But no, I hate Montreal. At least the Impact, CF Montreal. The Habs and Expos, if the Expos ever came back, no. But Impact, yes. Do I want the Expos back in Montreal? Yes. Would I be happy if they were back? Yes. Would I buy an Expos jersey? Yes. Old or new? Yes. Do I have a problem with the Habs? No. If they're not going to beat the Leafs in the playoffs, do I want to see them do pretty well? Yeah. Do I hate the Impact? Yes. I know it's kind of weird, but it doesn't make the most sense, but just the way I grew up. NBA team to Montreal? No. I think the Raptors will be the only Canadian team. For some reason, I could see it working, but I don't think they would do it. Unless, I don't know. Yeah, I don't see a team that would be dangerous, in danger of getting moved. Saved by Samsonov. I don't see it. I honestly think it could work in Montreal, though, because they were celebrating for the Raptors as much as Toronto did. That's the one time I liked hearing that damn bell. Because when the Raptors won the NBA title, they rang that damn bell. And that was the only time I ever liked hearing that damn bell. That bell is annoying as all hell to hear ring, except for that one time when the Raptors won the NBA championship. I'm like, you know what? That bell seems pretty cool. For once. For once, it seems awesome. I know Quebec's called La Belle Province. I know that, but I know that, which is why the bell's the thing. I know. And it's kind of funny how their hockey arena is called Centre Bell, but that's because it's the phone company Bell, not because it's the. You get it. Whatever it is, what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. See, I know things. I know things about Quebec. I just find it funny that it worked out like that, you know? Centre Belle and the La Belle Province. It's funny how it worked out. It's funny how it worked out. See, I know things about Quebec, and I know a little bit of French to get by. Some point, maybe I'll be fluent. I don't know. You gotta, if I do become fluent, you gotta give me credit for that. 4-on-4, 109. Most Anglos don't want to be fluent in French. I also know that. So, I mean, you kind of got to give credit for that. I'm not going to lie. If only to order my food in Quebec and not get it spat in, but, you know, could be more useful at some point, knowing the language. But at first, it would be, don't get my food spat in for being a redneck Anglo. But whatever. 1447. And hopefully I speak it better than most MPs. Because that's just, yeah, I've heard the French level of some general MPs. It's not great. Both teams are at full strength. When I was Ryan's age, I was a crazy fanatic for Toronto Blizzard. If I was your same age, I would have been too. Who am I kidding? And if I was your age or 5-7 years younger, I would have been too. People, the younger generation in Greater Montreal, they mostly talk about NBA more than they talk about the Habs. Throw in MLB. People wear the Expos cap just for aesthetics. Expos ain't coming back till they get a new stadium. I mean, if they did. Now, the question is, I mean, yeah, that drawing of a stadium without a roof, that wasn't too smart. The Peel Basin. I mean, I think they should do it. The stadium in the Peel Basin, I think they should do it. I don't know if they will, but I think they should do it. Shot, save by Ullmark. $12.59. Ullmark, Rob Robertson. That's a bar. But hey, things are going better for Toronto. I think I told you Joe Kataranich was the original Habs owner and goalie. The CH in the logo stands for Croatia Hrvatska. The red, white, and blue is Croatia's colors. Yep, you told me that. Which, that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. But so I'm guessing a lot of Croatians like the Habs too. They're still running that Walrus commercial. That commercial's been running for like 5 years. Quebec's government's not keen to that. Might be wrong. Legault focuses more on French laws in the province. Yep. Yeah, Legault is definitely a more, if not Quebec sovereignty, a Quebec respect guy. He at least wants the federal government to respect Quebec, if not get sovereignty. But he knows sovereignty is very unlikely, especially with Justin Trudeau, who's a big old hypocrite. But, hey, at least he's not going around and saying, just watch me like his father did. Like, seriously, have you heard some, like, Justin Trudeau's statements on Quebec from before he was prime minister? It's like, your father wanted to overrun Quebec. And basically just absolutely assimilate them into Canada as preferably an Anglo province. And you think that the government respects Quebec and their history and their culture. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so, Justin. But then again, that should have been the first sign that Justin's an idiot. So, I don't know, huh? But nobody batted an eye, and now we're paying the price. Now everybody's paying the price for Justin being an idiot. $12-14. At games in Zagreb, most NHL jerseys are Habs. Well, there we go. Slavkovsky's improving. Montembeault, Sam played decent. Hopefully Doc can sustain this season without no injury. And I think y'all will need that for sure. And I bet Rory would agree too, because he's a Habs fan too. 12:05. 12 minutes left in the third period. Let's see if we can get a goal. Slavkovsky was a damn good pick. That was, at first I thought it was a reach, but turns out no, that was an amazing pick. He is becoming the guy they want him to become. Sam's a good player. I think Doc is looking a lot better with Montreal than he did with Chicago. So I think he did need to change the scenery. So Drew's a good troll. I mean, Drew's gimmick now is basically being a troll. So he's good at it. 11:43, 30 shots to 24, and it's still a tied game. Austin Matthews, 2 assists, 6 shots. Hey, at least he got 2 points tonight. Rolls it round. Edmondson. But I legitimately think the Habs are going to at least be a wild card team next year. But the Montreal Canadiens will make the playoffs next year. I am going to put money on it. The Habs will make the playoffs in 2025, 24-25. I think they're going to make the playoffs. Especially with keeping Marty. They're going to make the playoffs. 10 minutes left in the third period. Christian Park in Norval has 7 fields and 3 basketball courts. MLS should adopt the player point system. All goals and assists count like hockey. Whoever has the most points at the end of the season is that year's MVP. I would love that. I mean, hell, I basically talk about, if you've heard me, because I'm also a hockey guy, I've talked about points in MLS on stream before, of course. Be like, this player has this many points, goals, and assists through these games. Like, you've heard me do that before. It's probably the hockey part of me, but, I don't think it would be too hard. Thoughts on NYC mayor getting official government approval for Willett Point Stadium neighborhood project too. That's good. I'm glad it's about to work out because it would suck if it didn't. You know, it would suck if it didn't work out. I think NYCFC, they deserve their stadium. They're working out well. 10 minutes to go, offensive zone face-off. Leafs, Bertuzzi gets the puck. Edmondson plays it. Marner. Matthews, shot. Bertuzzi doesn't get there on the rebound. Edmondson picks it up good. Honestly, yeah, I agree with that. But more likely they get a CPL team. But I'd like Saga to have a at least level 2 team. But who am I kidding? That would be very... Olmark puts it around the net. Carlo, 9:30, 24, 31. 31 shots for the Leafs, 24 for the Bruins. Riley plays it to Marner. Marner can break. Fair enough. You don't hate the Habs. I don't hate TFC. CFL's fell into mediocrity far away from the mainstream sports scenes, also the Argos, along with the 2 other big teams. I'm an Argos fan, though. But I don't hate the Owls either, to be honest. Hell, I was happy when you beat us because you know what? Here's a dirty little secret. Our quarterback's an Ole Miss Rebel. The Argos quarterback's an Ole Miss Rebel, and he was the one who threw the game away. If we were going to lose, I wanted it to happen that way. I wanted him to embarrass himself because there's a hole in Oxford that they call Ole Miss. Go to hell, Ole Miss, go to hell. I don't think so. It might not even be on Tubi, but I'll check. Can't wait for Will Rogers to be the Argos quarterback in 2025 because he's not making the NFL. I know that for sure. I don't care how good he does at Washington. Will Rogers ain't making the NFL. Even a freaking practice squad. Will Rogers will either be the freaking Battlehawks quarterback or the Argos quarterback in 2025. And either way, I'm going to be happy with it. I'd rather it be the Argos, but hey, AJ McCarron might still be going one more year. I don't know. But if he doesn't, and it's Will Rogers, I won't complain about that either. Hail State, baby. Hail State. You know, he does have a lot of SEC and Mississippi State passing records. You know that, right? Because of the air raid, but it's still, you know. I don't know. I think Blake Shapen could easily break his season records this year. State's going 10-2, but whatever. Let me look. Fox. Sports. .com. I need to look because I looked yesterday. I think I may have to just find a stream for it. But maybe it's up there by now. I don't know. You would think. That's under the CONCACAF Cup full event schedule. It's not on their schedule for anything. So, Samba Paraluelo has been balling this season, a future Ballon d'Or winner. Yep. Still, hopefully, Chelsea wins that tie against Barca. I agree. Don Cherry is hockey in Canada. I mean, I'm going to do as many as I can like I have been the past 2 years. And sometimes I may do double. Who knows? But you know I've done as many as I can the past 2 years. The plan is to do as many as I can for this season and maybe double the rest. Especially if we go 10-2. 833. Yeah, you stole my idea. Yeah, you stole my idea. You stole my idea. Because I was the one doing Mississippi State streams as many as I could for the past 2 years. Yeah, I think Ron McClain threw Don Cherry. Yeah, I think Ron McClain threw Don Cherry under the bus, to be totally honest. I don't like Ron. I think he's a snake. I think he's a snake. Matthews! Shot goal! It's 3-2 Toronto! Matthews is back, baby! Yeah! 3-2! All alone! That's what you do! Rocket Richard, baby! The Rocket! Matthews scores! Austin Matthews! "3-2 Leafs." Matthews, what a shot! Omar could do nothing about it. That's what a Rocket Richard winner is supposed to do in the playoffs. There he is. 2 assists, 1 goal tonight, baby. Austin Matthews is a Leaf. Yeah. Domi Lyubushkin assists. And that is 12:08. .1208 out of the third period. The Leafs have the lead for the first time against the Bruins all year. Their first lead against the Bruins all year, and you hope they hold it for 7 minutes and 16 seconds more. Do not do anything stupid. 8 shots, 2 assists, 1 goal. Matthews coolly and calmly puts it away. That might just be the turning point of the series. You hope the Leafs get 1 more, but next goal might just a 1. Leafs just got cross-checked. You think they're going to call it? Nope, they're slowing up the play, but they didn't call it because, of course, they didn't call it. What do you think was going to happen? It's the Toronto Maple Leafs. If it was a Bruin that got cross-checked, they'd call it, though. Even if it was a stupid cross-check shot, nobody there. 6:35, 3-2. The Leafs are bipolar. I mean, I feel however the game goes, you know. Like, I'm going to be walking on air after this game. If they hold on to the win, I'll be walking on air after this game, even if we're tied. See, that's exactly how this thing goes. And I guess that's boarding. So, Des has an ACL injury. It's either going to be Shaq Moore or Yedlin at right back or Cook before the tournament even started. What about Joe Scally? What about good old Joe Scally? Watch him give Boston a power play. Yeah, I know they will. There's a scrap. Let's see if they give him a power play. Man, what a goal by Matthews. So amazing. That's what you want. That's what you want, Austin. I can't believe you beat Olmark that easily. I don't see no down man on the NHL website. So far, we're still equal. We're still equal. Neutral zone face-off. Plays around the net. 6-11. Are Boston going to start gooning it up? Oh, no. Oh, no. Marchand, save, and Sammy gets on it. Defensive zone face-off, and Lyubushkin is about to get himself. Nah. Lyubushkin trying to start a fight. I hope that didn't get him put into the freaking box. Why you got to be stupid, man? Yep, Boston's going to start gooning it up, aren't they? Yep. Domi should be on the first line. Well, technically, on paper, the first line is Matthews, Domi. The Matthews-Domi line. In theory, that's the first line. They didn't start with it today. Lord. Boston's going to start gooning it up. Whoa. They're putting Bertuzzi in the box? Oh, crap. Yep, they're going to give him a power play. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a 4-on-4. I think it's a 4-on-4, actually. Well, at least it's a 4-on-4. I'd rather it be that than a freaking power play to the Bruins. 4-on-4 is fair. Yeah, I would agree with that. Bertuzzi, wait. Yep, it's a 4-on-4. Marchand's a snake. I mean, Bertuzzi did freaking hook him. No, Boston is on a power play. It's a 4-on-5 power play. Bertuzzi gets called. Bertuzzi gets called for the hook. Lyubushkin's in there for the fight. So it's a 4-on-5 Boston power play. I'm surprised they're leading. That won't last long, though. It is a Boston power play. Yep. So it will be 5-on-5 when the 2 is over. But we do have a power play to defend. Please don't do nothing stupid. So Pasternak, Shattenkirk, Heinen, Maroon, Zacha. Just grind this thing out, man. Don't do nothing stupid. Just grind it out. I don't care what you do. Grind it out for 2 minutes. Don't do nothing stupid. Pasternak. I mean, they've been amazing on the power play this whole series. Heinen, slap shot. And Sammy covers it, 139. So that's better than the last 2 times. Boom. Sammy let that drop, though. Offensive zone face-off, 139. 1 for 1, 1 shot on the power play for the Bruins. 3 for 6 on the series. It's 50%. Shattenkirk, Pasternak. Good, clear. Out for an icing? Nope. 124. 5:21 left in the period. 3-2 Toronto. Zacha, Maroon, Pat Maroon. McCabe lays the hit. Toronto clears the puck. 105. 5:05 left in the period. The final 5 minutes. One of them will be played down a man. Can the Leafs hold at least going into the final 5 minutes? Marchand. But again, it's very likely that we're going to have to face 6 men anyway. So probably going to have to face the most of these last minutes down a man anyway, even if it's 5 versus 6 with an empty netter. But if we could get an empty netter, that would be great. 30 seconds. 28. But the good news is, at least with an empty netter, if we get the possession, we could go get an empty netter. I wouldn't say easily, but, you know, something like that. 14 seconds. It looks like the Leafs will kill off the penalty. 10 seconds. McAvoy racing up the ice. 2 seconds. Boakvist. The penalty is killed. The Leafs kill the penalty. Back to full strength. Save. Leafs pick the puck up. 3:54 left. 3-2. Bruins only have 1 shot on the power play. Both men are out of the box. .338. Drops. Bruins. When will they pull the goalie? Lindholm. 3:25. The Leafs. Riley. Morgan Riley rings it in the zone. 3:16. Tavares still with a puck. He does pick it back up. Still with Tavares. Nyes keeps it in the zone. Grzelcyk rings it round. 2:59. The final 3 minutes. 2, and there's a stoppage of play. When will the Bruins pull the goalie is the question. The Leafs have a 3-2 lead in the third period of game 2 with 2:52 left. They killed the penalty. Can they keep it going? They need to score. Well, they don't need to score, but it would be nice if the goalie is pulled, they score a goal and just make sure it's over. Tavares wins the draw. Leafs ring around behind the net. Nyes. McCabe. .232. The longest 2.5 minutes ever. Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's not a game 7, but, it's the Bruins. 2:18. Leafs. Yarncrook. Still Yarncrook, but Leafs trying to fight defensively, brings it down, is Edmondson. Edmondson puts it into the Bruins zone. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes left for the Leafs to play and hold the lead. Under 2 minutes. 1:50. They're going to pull Ullmark. It is an empty net. And it's going to be an icing. They're going to have to face a face-off. There was an icing there. There's going to have to be a face-off. 1:48. That puck goes the other way. If that puck goes the other way, they're pulling him. Coyle versus Matthews. Matthews is 15-22 on face-offs. He wins the draw. 1:46. And the Leafs pick it up. Marner. Ullmark does not make the move. 1:36. Ullmark will go to the bench now. And no icing is called. It is an empty net for the Bruins. The Bruins have an extra skater. 1:23. And this thing starts buffering. Wow. Wow, of course it does. Let's go. Come on. There we go. 48.9, there's a save. 3-2, there's a save. 48 seconds left. Still an empty net. Still 3-2. Here's the replay. Samsonov. Samsonov covers it. Samsonov does cover it. Matthews, what a play. Big save, Sammy. Seconds to go. 48.9 face-off. Leafs win the draw. They could get it out, get the empty net. How are the Maple Leafs somehow not getting swept so far? They played a good answering game. They answered. They answered the bell. That's exactly what they did. I got to give it to them. They answered the bell. Which, ironically enough, I didn't expect that. But you know what? Hey, they're fighting. That's the good news. Hey, it took away some more time. It took away some more time. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. $48.9. 48 seconds. If the Leafs win the draw, they could easily clear the puck and find a way to get it into the empty net of the Bruins. If Zacha wins the draw, game gets tougher. Spins around the net. Camp, McAvoy, Shattenkirk, shot, saved by Samsonov with 33 seconds. A minute, half a minute left in this game. 3-2 Leafs. Can the Leafs pick up possession? Leafs win the draw. Ring it around the board. Oh, no. Marner, 24 seconds. Leafs could pick up Tavares. Still around the boards. Marner lobs it. And it's Kampf. Kampf passed off the iron. 6 seconds. That should do enough. 3, 2, 1, 0. And the game is over. The Leafs win. Leafs win. 3-2 is your final score. The Leafs kill off the man advantage. The Leafs tie the series. Leafs win 3-2 over the Boston Bruins. Leafs win big in game 2. Well, get a big win in game 2. They get a big win in game 2. They're going back to Scotiabank Arena, Air Canada Center with the home ice advantage, because now that they won that game, they will go back to Air Canada Center with the advantage, because now they play more games at home than on the road. There's 5 games left. 3 of them are in Toronto. That's true. 3-4 in Toronto, 5 in Boston, 6 in Toronto, 7 in Boston. So all they got to do is win 3 games at home, and they win this tie. They win this series. So with that being said, I guess Football Americas is on already, but we'll leave it be by the time I'm done. Huh. Leafs win. Thank God. But with that being said, Leafs win. They get it done. 3-2. Series split is what you want to see. With that being said, if you like the stream, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification button. Subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us to play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match, this game. Thank God. With that being said, yeah, my heart's racing too. I don't blame him. Same thing here. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Let's go.